I think probably the purest joy was, in fact, making jumps on small lightning strikes in very remote areas. You knew going in that you had a good chance of stopping the fire. They weren't going to have to try to dispatch ground crews. That's what you were trained to do, and it's what smoke jumpers really do cost effectively. On the other end, I'd seen huge fires that blew up on top of us, and in slightly different circumstances, could have killed us. The big difference between now and then was we really had a tremendous respect for fire, and the culture was one of suppression, but suppression came after personal safety, and we were not expected to, nor did we put our lives on the line in order to protect trees. I don't think I was ever involved in a fire that had structures. So that issue never came up, and that was well before we began this incredible intrusion of structures into the wildland interface, which changes the psychological equation. Yes, we were firefighters, but we also knew that in the end, nature always won. And big fires typically don't get put out by people. They get put out by nature. The weather changes. Someone said just this last week, this fire is going to last until the weather changes. And so I think I get depressed when I see wildland fire deaths, and time again, they ask, why did it happen? And they say, well, it happened because they were not observing the 10 standing orders, the 18 watch commands. The worst thing for wildland fires is weather. And weather can change in an instant, and a big fire creates its own weather. And in a summer like we've got now, with heavy fuel loads, practically zero humidity, high temperatures, it is dangerous. And it is an illusion to think that human beings can engage in direct attack under those conditions without putting people at what I consider unacceptable risk. And just in the last 10 days, we've lost 5 firefighters. And I know people don't like to talk about it, but I think that most of those deaths were preventable. Yarnell is still fresh in people's minds. There was a very clear wind advisory given to the incident commander well in advance of when that disaster occurred. And that incident commander should have just said to everybody, get out now. And nobody should have been moving in any direction except into the black, into the safe zone. And they were moving right into high fuel territory with no escape route. Unacceptable. And we lost people's lives because of that.